Hey there, welcome back. This is waspbloke on the FTB02 server. Bit of a recap, show you some of the things I've been doing. Nothing amazingly astounding, no major projects, because I've been kind of getting sidetracked with just fiddling around with things. One of the things I've been fiddling around with is micro blocks. Trying to make this whole sort of building look a bit more interesting, give it some more interesting sort of texture. And if we have a look behind this thing, oh no, it's not there. Maybe it was under it. No, it's not there at all. It's not where I thought it was. Okay. I've got an idea that I want to have under here some of the lamp. You see these lamps. These are called fixtures, but there's three different types of these lamps. There's caged lamps, and then there's ones that are just blocks. And you make them with a glowstone torch, and they're just on permanently. I think you can probably control them as well if you don't make them with the torch. You just make them as a unpowered lamp. But what I was thinking is I'm going to have in here, at this level, underneath the wall, a whole load of black lamps running all the way around, and they're going to be covered by the micro blocks, the cover micro blocks or something. I'm going to disguise them in the wall, trim it all up like this kind of thing, make it look nice, and then that will be the lighting. All the lighting will be concealed, but I'm going to need lots and lots of the black. I don't suppose it has to be black, but for some reason I've got fixated on that. I want a load of black lamps, which means I need lots of ink sacs, which you'd think would be relatively easy considering we live in the middle of the ocean. And I've got aqua affinity and respiration on my helmet, but it's still a complete pain sort of swimming around underwater hunting squid for ink sacs. So I want a squid farm is what I decided that I was going to do. So I've spent the last few days sort of faffing around trying to make a working squid farm, to mostly no success whatsoever, or very little success. But anyway, as you can see from the building here, I've started the first floor, the outline of the first floor, which is turned around 90 degrees and overhangs the ground floor. This is going to be like sort of a patio area. I'm going to dress this up so this black edge doesn't look quite so rough, but and then this will be an upstairs. There'll be some stairs inside the building to bring you up here. Hello. That looks suspicious, like an Enderman's been here. One of the things I've been doing while over the last few days, while I've been sort of faffing about doing bits and pieces, is getting myself quite heavily tooled up. So I've got a really good set of armour now. I've got a nanosuit helmet with protection, aqua infinity and respiration. I've got thorns 3 and projectile protection on my jetpack. I've got blast protection on my leggings, and a new pair of boots for the traveller because my old pair wore out, and they've got repair on them, so that hopefully they'll never wear out. And they also have haste 3, feather falling and fire protection on, so I've got all types of protection covered. I've got haste, I've got underwater abilities. It's pretty much everything you really want. I do kind of run too fast with haste 3. I didn't realise just how fast it was, so I think if I had to remake those boots, I'd probably go with haste 2. I mean, it's alright out here in the open, but when you're in a mine and there's lots of sort of tricky sort of blocks and steps and whatnot to sort of negotiate, and you suddenly charge off the edge of something when you didn't mean to. Anyway, let's leave this island for a minute and show you all my yeah, let's stick that portal back there, I think. Okay. So here we are back at back at the underground base. Oh yeah, something to show you down here. With Seamus and LB last night, we found some place in the Twilight where we managed to raid these blocks from, which are reappearing blocks, and they are the coolest door ever. Look at that. Beats faffing about with bluetricity and winches and pulleys and all that palaver. All we have to do, pop, 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 disappear, pop, 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 and back it comes. Excellent, really good. Love that. That's fantastic. So I can take those off and put them on our home over there when we're ready for it. I've upgraded to these glass fibre conduits here instead of the double insulated gold cable, because I thought, perhaps mistakenly, I was having a problem with power distribution from my MFE here, because I made myself this thing, an induction furnace, because I wanted tungsten to make my advanced diamond drill. Titanium, sorry, which has efficiency 5 on it, as you can see. I need silk touch to go on that as well, so that can absolutely blitz through things. It's kind of made my picks here a bit redundant now. Basically all I've made this for so far, as far as I can tell, is just a small handful of titanium. I'm probably never going to use it again, or I might do, but it won't be for quite some time. I don't really know whether that helped or not, because then Alex, just as I was about to sort of achieve my goal, went and gave me the titanium that I needed. Which, if it had just given me that at the start, it would save me half a day gathering the resources and faffing about making this bloody monstrous thing, and thinking I had problems with power distribution and yada yada yada. Anyway, it's done now, so I've got those machines and I've got some glass fibre cable, and all's well and good. Then what? Oh, sorry if you can hear my washing machine gurgling away in the background. I do apologise. I didn't think about that when I sat down to record. It's just background noise to me. I don't even hear it anymore, but you probably can. Yes. So, yes, the Squid Farm. Let's show you the Squid Farm, which means we need to go for a bit of a fly. So I went out to the desert here. I did try making a Squid Farm type of thing in my big turtle hole in the base there, but I've got quite a bit of lake and marsh around me, so I think that was affecting spawn rates of squid, and it wasn't very effective. But having said that, I came out here into the desert in an attempt to get around that little problem, and it's not really made it any better, to be sure. I mean, here we are. I've made this big hole in the ground. I've lit up a whole area around. I've been caving like a mad. Probably most of the last 4 days I've spent going through all the caves that are attached here, which go out quite a way, quite extensively. So it goes all the way under those red hills there. It goes out to that jungle over there. So I've probably put over 10,000 torches down, lighting up all the caves around here. I've lit up some of the desert floor as well, and when I first come over here, as you can see, there's a few squid. There we go, there's one up there. There's a few squid here. I've just picked up an ink sac already. There's some here. So it all seems to be well and good. But then once I've been here about 5 minutes, it just dries up. All the squid stop spawning. Hello. What the hell's that doing there? Ooh, what was that? That sounded like something nasty. Oh no, it's a squid. So yeah, at the moment we're thinking, yeah, this is working. I'm getting squid. Great stuff. Although it's not exactly raining squid, which is kind of what I was hoping for, really. But all the same, if I was to AFK here, you'd think, just on the face of it, that I'd do alright for ink sacs. So I've got 10 here just in the last sort of minute or whatever I've been here. Although they keep landing on this thing as well, so I have to keep sort of picking them off here, which doesn't make it a brilliant AFK. See, look, I'm getting lots of squids now, but I am the only one on the server. I don't know whether this might have something to do with it, actually. Yeah, it's just me. And it does appear to be raining squid. This is the best I've ever seen it. So, you, my dear viewers, seem to be the missing link, the lucky charms that I've been missing. Yeah, this is good. I'm just going to stay here. You can watch me standing here getting rained on by squid. What are you doing? Thank you. So yeah, this seems to be doing alright. Very good. So that seems to be the trick then, is make sure I get on when there's nobody else here and record. Because, you know, if there's ever a time when things don't go as you thought they were going to go, it's when it's easy to be called a liar by circumstances. So here I am recording, telling you how it's been for days and days and days, and it's just blatantly calling me a liar and saying, no, this is a very good squid farm. Cool. Very good. 64 already, look at that. 2 stacks. I've got 2 stacks of ink sacks. And then some. My goodness. So, okay, right. Yeah. Right. I'm kind of gobsmacked really. That's slightly thrown me. I was expecting to stand there going, oh, look how good it seems to be and how crap it's gone all of a sudden, and sort of bemoan my lack of good fortune, but none of that. It's all good. Everything's hunky-dory. So anyway, let's get out of here. Although they seem to have stopped now. Look. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was my moment. Crazy squid. Okay. Whoosh. Okay. Let's get back over there. Yeah, so like I say, I was with Seamus and LB last night, and we were going exploring in the Twilight, because Seamus had found some fortress in the sky with loads of gas and all sorts of stuff. I'd actually come across it myself when I created my portal on the island, but it all looked far too scary and imposing, and I just sort of stayed away from it. Had I known there was, you know, lots of goodies in there, I might have bagged them all for myself, but I didn't know. Not only that, I've only just recently got myself kitted up enough to really think about going and doing solo sort of explorations like that. Oh god, I hate this door. Don't try it, spider. There'll be trouble. Whee, there we go. Yes, so I think a brief episode just to catch you up with where I've got to. I'll say it's all been little bits and pieces, just panking around, making better machines, just getting myself kitted up with some nice bits and pieces. Look, I've got a nice bow here, all that stuff on it, and my sword is nice, and an advanced diamond drill, I've shown you that, and my armour, so that's all good. My funky door from the Twilight, and I think that is mostly that. The other thing I've been doing is learning computer craft, learning the Lua code for computer craft, because that's another thing I had planned to incorporate into this series as it goes on, a bit more automated gubbins with computers and turtles, because I think that's quite fun, and I kind of like scripting. It's sort of what I've done in lots of things over the years. I've done lots of scripting, used scripting languages and, well, programming languages generally. So we can have quite a bit of fun with that, I hope, once we learn how to do it and get it all working properly. Yes, let me eat a steak. Okay, I'll call this episode an end here. It's just a quick sort of quick tour of what I've been up to. Let's just end it over where we began, at the island. There we go. Oops. It's going on bouncing weird. There we go. So, yeah, more building, more micro blocks to do here. I've got lots of ink sacs now, so I can start making those black lamps to put in around this base. I think they're going to go in here, and then I'm going to put covers on them, like so. They'll be behind these cover plates here. So, and these are transparent to light, so they're not going to block off the light. I think they've got some behind them actually. Let's just have a quick look at that. Oh, what happened there? There we go. Yeah. So that's the black lamp, the inverted black lamp that's always on. So the plan is to just completely go around the perimeter of both floors, the upstairs and this floor, with those. I'll get rid of those yellow ones, I think, and then put the cover plates on to keep it with that consistent brick kind of pattern. So the whole place will be nicely illuminated with sort of floor lighting, I suppose you could say, or edge lighting. There might be a few dark spots in the middle we might have to do something about, but we'll see about that when we get there. Yeah, I think that'll look pretty nice indeed. So we'll call that an end then, and we'll be back sometime soon with some more improvements and whatnot around this place. Okay, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.